Hey. Welcome again to the Madroit podcast, where it is our goal to deliver short podcasts filled with marketing and sales insights that can help you level up your business. So, for all of you who are not in marketing all day, every day, here's what you're going to get. It's our goal to give you actionable marketing and business nuggets that take the mystery out of marketing to help you achieve growth that will be sure to help you level up. When our topic, back to the basics, stupid, simple marketing.
One of my favorites. What do you think of when I say stupid simple marketing?
Oh man, for me, it is just like I said, truly getting back to the basics, right? There's so many things out there these days, so many tools to enhance this, to help you do this, to streamline that. And a lot of times, I think there's just so much overwhelm that comes from it. And it's like the shiny object, right? Like, oh man, I got to go there, I got to do this. When in reality, marketing is the same type of structure that it was at the very beginning, right? It is about planning, creating, executing, analyzing. That's what it all comes back to. So that's what it is to me. So I think our goal today, talking through this, is to give folks some ways to help implement stupid, simple marketing tactics, your flow, your business, your day to day. What are some things that you think would be beneficial to help folks implement stupid, simple marketing tactics?
Yeah, getting started first and foremost. Like you have to start. You can over plan for days, and I know I can be great at that. But
I call you out.
getting organized, doing this allows you to focus and execute on the right things, and not spend all your time searching for things. And then declutter.
Yeah. So like for me, decluttering is, I think, a huge piece for me, not just in marketing, but also in life sometimes. One of the things that I love to tell some of the younger kids that I coach is the KISS acronym. For the kids, I'm always saying, keep it simple, silly, just to remind them, right?
That's
Like,
not what I used to mean for when I was growing up, but I like it.
yeah, we got coached a different way, I think. But it's really valuable when it comes to marketing is getting rid of the extra stuff that you don't necessarily need that inevitably takes you away from your ability to deliver. We say this all the time for folks that are like that one person marketing team where it is your job to not only do the data analyzation of your campaigns, but then guess what? You're in charge of creative as well. And you're in charge of executing and implementing those campaigns into market. A lot of times it doesn't allow us the time to take that step back to look around and realize one of the favorite things that somebody told me once is sometimes you can get so obsessed with the data and analytics that you don't realize that the only reason that people aren't coming to your store is because the door is locked. So take that gives you the chance to take a step back, look at everything and see it for what it is. So if you can, I'd love to just hear some recommendations for how to implement stupid, simple marketing to the folks at home.
Yeah, absolutely. Having a clear message is so important, right? It's easy for you to continue to repeat and do it consistently. Consistent branding to me is just so important. I know you feel the same way.
Yes.
Uh, Having the same logo, having the same fonts, colors, all those things make a big difference, right? As far as like, how are you consistently showing up for your end clients, customers, patients? And it starts with the branding for sure. What else do you think?
So for me, I think it's you have to be where your customers are. It seems, and a lot of these sound quite simple, right? But again, that's the goal. Like things like just understanding where your audience and your customers even are and prioritizing that sometimes gets lost because it's, oh man, there's this new social platform out or there's Google algorithm. We got to keep up with that. And you just forget like they're here. So if your clients are on Facebook, you should be there. If your clients are on LinkedIn, guess what? You should probably be there as well. So you have to make sure that you're diving into that, making sure that even if your main source is to get leads from word of mouth, double down on that, right? Ask for some referrals, ask them to leave you a Google review. Other thing that I would say is you don't want to come off too aggressive from a sales standpoint. Don't forget about your brand, right? Don't forget about the good work that you do in your communities. Like, again, if you're a lawn care company or you're an HVAC or something like that, don't always hit them with the 10% off. Don't always hit them with the $20 off this service. Instead, sometimes just show, yeah, we did some killer landscaping work for this house, or we did some great landscaping work at this business, to show like the work that you're out there doing in the community.
Yeah,
So,
that's really well said.
yeah, how can you implement efficiency into this? Is there a way that you found an easy way to do it for folks?
Yeah, automating what you can for sure. We love it. I don't know. Setting things up the right way to automate things is just so impactful. I can't imagine not doing it at this point. But I know businesses like that aren't in this all day, whether a small business or a large business, they still end up doing a lot of stuff that they don't need to do manually. There's a way to automate a lot of that.
Yeah, you can possibly overemphasize that, where I've had the discussions with clients where it's, man, I can't post on social every week. Well, maybe you can, but maybe you have to structure it in a way that, okay, I have 2 hours. I can schedule my post for the month in those 2 hours and for the next 2 months in those 2 hours. And then it becomes, man, it's just an automated process. It goes out every week. Now you're generating sales opportunities from places where you did that 2 months ago, but you're in market consistently. And that's what we always stress to clients and people that we talk to, is that consistency is so crazy valuable.
Big time. I mean, it reminds me of the social media. And if you're blogging somewhat regularly, you should be. But if you don't have the time to dedicate to an email campaign and spending time on that, a simple RSS feed automation to automatically send the most recent blog posts or the new blog posts, like a simple automation like that for someone who's busy, that still helps. And that's keeping it simple. Like we can definitely squeeze more out of that if we're hands on, but automating that, we can still get a lot.
Yeah. And I think too, a lot of times people will overcomplicate it to the point of where it's, okay, I have this 7-page white paper on how to do this and this when it comes to event planning or something like that. When in reality, that's 7 different pieces of content that you could leak out over the course of a month and a half or 2 months or whatever your frequency is. But you can really take that one thing, turn that into so much more, and get way more longevity out of that piece. It now becomes your series instead of just that one post. I would say another thing that is really important is repeat what works, right? If you see that, man, you posted a video of just a killer landscaping project that you worked, and man, you got some great interaction and people really enjoyed watching it, probably be a good idea to keep it up and do it consistently. And again, it sounds silly, right? Okay, likes are coming in, or I got a bunch of views on it, so I should do it again. So many people get away from it because they're like, "Oh, man, it didn't generate me enough sales." Well, maybe not, but we talked in a previous pod about ROI, right? So ROI in that case is the viewers.
Viewers. Absolutely. And yeah, that one post maybe didn't generate a sale, but the next one they saw that had a CTA, a call to action to call or buy something, maybe that did. But the only reason they saw that post was because they had that other post that went mini viral, I'd say. Like
Yeah.
it got attention.
Yeah. And I think it can be overstated. So stick to your handful of marketing tactics that are consistently bringing you results, but also it's really helpful to define, what do results mean to you? Is it strictly sales? Is it, okay, more views, more people following your pages? Those are all things to consider. And I think also very valuable to make sure you choose a time to review each of those tactics. It can be 3 or 12 months to confirm what's working for you and what's not.
Absolutely. It is easy to repeat things that you see working, but if you're not spending too much time on it, you're not reviewing it and analyzing, is this still working? You can see a huge drop off. Like SEO people that did it old school way years ago, you got to keep up. And there's plenty of agencies that push the same SEO services that really didn't actually end up benefiting their clients after some time because Google improved their algorithm. So things like that, you have to keep an eye on. But by all means, like if it's working, don't turn it off.
It's just super important to make sure you pay attention there and just analyze
Yeah.
what's going on. I think it's keeping things simple in marketing. It kind of equate to a well-kept garden. We've talked about gardens and foundations of houses before previously on the pod, but this is truly the right analogy for it, right? Everything is in its correct place, right? There's no weeds, just strictly beauty and purpose in that garden. You don't need overly elaborate decor. You don't need some amazing fertilizer that promises that it's going to grow the biggest plants in a day. All you need is your soil, your flowers, your consistent monitoring of your assets, AKA your flowers, and that they're growing, right? AKA delivering you your desired outcomes in business. And that beautiful garden blossoms just like your business hopefully does as well.
Beautiful analogy, Jay.
A lot of time and thought went into that. Don't worry. So again, guys, the main point here is to keep it simple. And with all the amazing tools that are at your disposal, just make sure you remember it still comes down to the planning, creating, executing, and then analyzing of your campaigns in the end.
Well said.
Yes. So with that, that is our episode for today. Please go ahead and make sure to like and subscribe to the podcast wherever and however you listen to your podcasts. And if you do have any questions that you want us to talk about on the podcast, or you want to get in touch with us, please visit madroitmarketing.com/podcast. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.